Hi, my name is Sierra Nolan, and this is my Lesson 6 discussion video. Basically, I have just some notes right here to keep me on track, and so looking at that scenario, I find it very relatable. I'm going to be coming right out of college, and I personally think that learning objectives can be hard and learning standards, and you can get confused. So it's very relatable to me. And I found that if you break down learning objectives, it can be much easier to write. So if you take your learning objective, it's basically the what and why of the lesson plan. So you have to align it to your standard. So you look at your standard, and the standards throw me off. So if I break down a learning standard, or unpack, as we learned from this sheet, it's much easier to write objectives. So you write down the standard, you pick out your process verbs and the key skill words, and then you write out your concepts or what the student needs to know, and the skills are what your students need to do. So then taking that information, you can write a learning objective. So I found that it's super easy to do this by breaking down your learning objectives into 4 steps. So you state the audience, you state the expected observable behavior, or what you want to see and how you're going to prove the evidence of mastery. Then you state the time or condition of the performance, basically like when it's observed, and state the degree or how this will be observed or measured. So if you break down and you pick out what you want to do for each observable, like your learning outcome, then you're able to formulate your learning objective. These need to be aligned to observable action verbs. So I use Bloom's taxonomy. It's like super helpful. You just pick out the verbs you want and put it right together there. And then you can, after you get your main objective, then you can break it down into sub-objectives so that the students can not just take the information all at once and you try to learn it, but you can break it down into easy groupings so that they are able to learn better, and so they're not overwhelmed. They can really get what they need out of the lesson. So you want to align these basic to complex, just easy enough, and then you just need to solidify it with your evidence of mastery and how you wrap up the lesson. My example, so this week I'll be teaching a math lesson, and this comes from the standard. It's a math standard, strand 1, concept 2, and group C. It identifies numerals from 1 to 10. So I did a Valentine's Day theme and my objective is students will count and place the appropriate number of heart candy on each traced and numbered heart on their paper. So they'll have a paper, they'll dig out their little heart candies, and they'll put the right amount into a numbered heart. So it's working on having the concept of how much with the numeral. My sub-objectives are just count 1 to 10. We're going to count, practice counting, and then identify those numerals and then match that amount to the correct numeral. So that's just how I've found it easier to just break everything down, and that way you know exactly what you need to be doing for the lesson. So thanks for watching, and I've had a lot of fun in this class, so thank you.